So the sports calendar, extremely crowded right now. But center stage in March, always, is March Madness, the NCAA basketball tournament. And leading up to March Madness are conference tournaments. Now, unfortunately, Virginia Tech lost last night to Wake Forest, very, very likely ending their NCAA tournament dreams. But there are plenty of Virginia schools that are still alive, including both the men's and women's teams at Norfolk State. Now, in years past, Robert Jones and the men's team, Larry Vickers and the women's team, over the course of the last half decade, have been the dominant force in the MEAC conference. The women's team last season, one of the best the conference has ever seen, maybe the best women's basketball team in the history of the conference. Larry Vickers has since moved on to Auburn University, but that Norfolk State women's basketball team still very strong. 11-3 in conference this year. That is tied for second in the conference with Maryland Eastern Shore behind 13-1 Howard. But in order to make that NCAA tournament, Norfolk State will have to win the MEAC. Their first game this weekend for the Norfolk State women's team. Remember, it's both the men's and women's side that are at the MEAC in the same weekend. I'm telling you, it is a remarkably entertaining tournament. Tomorrow, Thursday at 2:00 p.m., Norfolk State versus Morgan State, first round of the women's tournament. What about on the men's side? Robert Jones is still there. He's become one of the most successful coaches in MEAC history with multiple NCAA tournament appearances. Well, Norfolk State this year, third in the MEAC standings, 8-6 in conference. A slight step back, but it's only a step back from what was an incredible run as the dominant team in the conference. Still very much alive to take that conference tournament title and advance to the NCAA tournament. Losing 2 games to end the season to Morgan State and Howard, the 2 teams that were ahead of them. So Norfolk State was very much in line for a shot at first place. They lose their last 2 games to the only 2 teams in front of them. Now they have to make up for it in this tournament. And their first game in this tournament will be tomorrow at 6:00 p.m. against South Carolina State. All at the Scope, all day long. If you go to the Scope starting in the early afternoon, you can watch basketball all the way through the night. Different teams, different programs. It is fantastic, and the energy in the building, especially as you get into those primetime Norfolk State games, is through the roof. So let's listen to an interview right now about the upcoming MEAC tournament.
So first of all, how many years has Norfolk hosted the MEAC tournament?
This is the 14th year. Yeah, it's been a long time. The conference has grown here, and Norfolk is so welcoming. You know, when you drive down like Granby or Monticello, it's MEAC time, and so it's a great place to be.
No, absolutely. I mean, obviously to see all the commerce that this generates and the tourism. I mean, talk about that and the impact that it has here in Norfolk, and seeing how many people across the country come here for this.
Man, you know, this is like a homecoming. This is family. And all the MEAC nations coming here to celebrate, to look at some good Division I basketball and see who rises to the top of HBCU Division I basketball. So it's really tremendous to have everybody come together and celebrate the talent that we have on the court.
Absolutely. And I know it goes without being said, but I mean, seeing the amount of HBCUs being together in one place so that Norfolk gets to be the host for that, I mean, what does that say for the community around here that continues to welcome these teams and these young athletes every time?
It's big. It's to have this type of city with so much to do, so much history, and just to get the culture of what Norfolk is, the Mermaid City, you know, it's tremendous. And like I said, the community is so welcoming. The way that we engage with the community, with our community service, with Read with the MEAC, our celebration that we had at Larchmont Elementary yesterday, and of course today the College Fair. So we want to be able to bring the elements of our Elite 8 member institutions here, and so that hopefully we can have more than 1 million students from the city of Norfolk to come to our Elite 8 member institutions.
And obviously, you know, for people that this might be their first time experiencing this, and we have a few more days of the tournament, what do they need to know? Where do they go for all that information?
So they want some great Division I basketball, visit Ticketmaster or MEACHoops.com. Get all your information. We have events, parties, R&B block party is on Saturday night. We got the Fan Fest on Saturday morning. So come enjoy. We have our Hall of Fame. We're inducted 5 individuals in on Thursday morning. So just come be a part of our homecoming.
Do you have anything else? I think that's all I need for you.
The only thing is, if you want to give back to HBCUs, or most importantly to the MEAC, we have a MEAC Foundation. Go to meacfoundation.org to give back. If you don't give back to us, give back to an HBCU.
All right, fantastic. A celebration of Norfolk, a celebration of HBCUs. Get down to the Scope if you have time this weekend and late this week.